Hey guys, Kathy here, and today we're going to do a lilac soap. If you follow our community tab or you're following me on Facebook and Instagram, you've seen this soap. And so I'm going to do a video on it and make another loaf for you. I'm going to explain the first part though. It takes a little time to do this first part. What I made are cold process embeds to put in the soap that we're going to do. And I just took my basic recipe, and this was the first time making these and using the PVC without a liner. What I did was I took my basic recipe and I poured it in, leaving about yay much at the top. You don't want to fill it all the way to the top. Of course, I sealed the bottom with my wax paper and press and seal and rubber banded it so it wouldn't leak out the bottom. But anyway, I let it sit. I poured my soap in, let it sit for 24 hours. Then I put these in the freezer. I left them in the freezer for about 6 hours, and then I took them out. And the end that I did not fill all the way, I flipped it over and banged it down on the floor really, really hard, and just to break that seal. And then I used the handle, a big wooden dowel handle, to push it out the rest of the way. And this is where I got my little embeds. And it was really easy. I see there is a gal on Instagram that I follow. I believe it's Raven Song, and she does these wonderful, beautiful moon-themed soaps, and she uses this technique. She lets hers sit in the freezer, I think, for a full 24 hours, but mine, I found 6 hours worked fine. So anyway, that's how to make the first part of this. So it takes a little while. Like I said, you wait a day, and then you put it for another 6 hours in the freezer, and then you're ready to go. This is fragrance lilac, like the rest of the soap that we're going to do today. I have another one, and I'll probably use it in the future. So I had 3 total. I already made one of these soaps. So anyway, we're going to get started. I'm using lilac fragrance from Brambleberry. I love it. It smells just like lilacs. I'm also using the Brambleberry Tall and Skinny mold. And I also have a little 1-pound silicone mold off to the side because I have a little bit of extra, so I make myself some extra soaps. So you don't have to, just adjust your batch if you don't want to make extra soap. I'm going to lay out my paper towels here, and we'll get busy mixing in our lye water. I just got finished also making some lilac body butter. So I have that all over on our Etsy shop as well. That's been really popular, the body butter. And I'll tell you right now, days are numbered where I'll be selling that probably through March. Well, till the beginning of April. Because after that it starts getting too warm to ship. So enjoy it while you got it now. Pick some up, stock up, whatever. Because I do not ship it once the weather starts turning warmer. So, okay, got my goggles on, I got my gloves on. We're going to pour in the lye water. And we'll get to blending. And I'm only going to just blend it lightly to start with, and then I'm going to pour some off in here to mix my purple. The rest is going to be white, naturally. Set that there. So here we go with the blender. Just mix it around a little. Just trying to get my lye incorporated. And then I'm going to pour it off here, which I think I'll do right now. And this is for the bottom part of my soap. It's going to be purple. Like right there, I believe is good. And then the rest of this will be white. So I mixed my color in with a little bit of my soaping oils. So we'll pour that in there, which I do that pretty much all the time. And there's my titanium dioxide in here. Now I'm going to mix my purple by hand. I don't want it to thicken too much. And this is what I did on my first loaf. Turned out beautiful. You see that beautiful dark lilac color. This is Purple Passion from Crafter's Choice, this color, and I just love it. I'm just making sure the fragrance and the mica is blended really well. And I'm using these pictures because it lets me control my pour inside the tall and skinny mold so that I hopefully won't hit the sides of the mold on the way down. All right, so take my spatula out of there, and we're going to pour all of this purple in like so. Ta-da. And then I'm going to mix my white. And then I'm going to pour my white, some of it, just a little bit, into this so I can pour it into the mold. Because I'm going to do a swirl on the bottom. I don't want to mix it too thick right now. Okay, so I'm going to pour some of this off into my pitcher. Just a bit, like so. And then I'm hoping you can see all this. And I'm just going to pour into my purple. Like so. And I got my little swirly tool. Let me scrape this back into the rest of my white. All right, so take my little swirly tool, which has seen better days, and we'll put it down to the bottom and swirl and then back down. And this is where I make a mess on the side, so I'm going to take a paper towel or two and try and wipe the side of my liner here, because this is all going to be white on the top. And I don't want to have a bunch of purple on the side. So I'm just kind of cleaning it up. Like so. I think that will be good enough. So I'm going to bang this down just a little right now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoon. It seems like I'm dirtying way too many dishes here. But anyway, I'm going to take a spoon and I'm just going to spoon onto the top, covering this with a bit of the white. Try and spread it out a bit, and then I'm going to bang it down again. So like so. Okay, so I'm going to bang that down just to smooth it out like so. And I'm going to take my embed and I'm going to lay it right down in there gently onto the white. Try and get it evenly, you know, right in the center. And I'm going to cover it up with the rest, or at least until it's high enough. I'll do a little cover and then I'll bang it down again. And this really turns into a beautiful design. So I'm going to bang it. And we'll just fill up some more on the top to give us a nice high bar of soap that we can play with some texture a bit. And I think that's pretty good. And the rest I'm going to put in my little 1 pound mold here. That way it gives me fun bars to use because I love the smell of lilac. And like so. Just trying to get as much out as I can here. And I'll tap that down too. Just try and get my dirty dishes. I always let them sit till the next day and then clean them off. So there's that. Now I'm going to take my little bit of purple soap that I have left here and I'm going to put it in my bar here, my little loaf. Oop. Just to give it some interest since it's pretty much an all white bar. And then we'll just texture this a bit. Like so, just for me. Fun. And then wipe that off. And we're going to play with this one. So I'm going to wipe my hands here briefly. And pull my britches up. And we're going to just kind of swoop this up onto the top a little. It's thickened up quite a bit. Now, this soap did something really cool the other day when I made it. I did not refrigerate it. I left it out. I didn't insulate it, but it started to crack. So after about, I'd say it was like 5 hours, it started to crack. And so I covered it with some press and seal and put it in my refrigerator downstairs. Now the reason I covered it was because, of course, I don't want the lilac fragrance to permeate my refrigerator. But so that's the reason I put press and seal on it. But when I unmolded it and cut it, we had kind of a cool little, almost like a ghost swirl thing going on, which I really, really liked. Okay, so I'm going to take my glasses off, and I'm going to take my gloves off. So I think I'm going to try and do the same thing here. I'll leave this out probably till sometime this evening before I go to bed, and then I'll cover it and put it in the refrigerator overnight. So what I'm putting on top of this, no glitter. I know it's a shock, but I'm using these They're jasmine jojoba beads from Brambleberry. And they're just gorgeous and delicate and purple. So for those that don't like glitter on their soaps, this is a great alternative using these jojoba beads. And it just takes just a tiny bit. I've had this bag forever. I hardly ever am going to go through all of them, I'm sure. So now I'm going to evenly space. I've got my little fabric bows here. I really love these. They're really cute, and I got these from Paper Mart. And so I'm going to evenly space them up and down the bar. And hopefully I get 10. That's what I got last time. Just lightly touching them on the top. So there's 4, 5, I don't know. Let's see, 6. It should go the same. They're the same bows. 7. Yep, 8. And 9. And one down here on the end is number 10. Beautiful, gorgeous, love it. I'm not going to put any bows on my soap down there because it's just for me, but I will throw little jojoba beads on the top. Do. Cute, cute. Just for me. Because, you know, I got to fill up my little soap basket in my bathroom. So we'll come down and give you a close look. There's my soap. Not too pretty, but it smells delicious. And here we go. Like so. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you what we're going to get. Hopefully. Because this is the first bar I did. Isn't that pretty? Just love it. And look at the little swirl at the top. It's like it partially gelled and then I stopped it. And it just came out with this really cool effect in the white. I just love it. So we'll come back and we'll cut this one and we'll see if it comes out similar. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, we're back. And we're going to see if this turned out as pretty as that first loaf did. I popped it out of the mold. I'm going to trim the ends before we get started here. Just a hair right above the bow here. And hopefully we have something just beautiful. This is where I wish I had the fancier cutters. Anyway, it's a little hard to get through. Anyway, we'll get started here. This end piece didn't turn out that great, but so we have to position the cutter underneath these little bow flaps here and just above the top of the bow on the next one. And oh, we got a little air bubble in there, but that's okay. I don't know how that happened, because that's in the embed. That turned out pretty. And get to the next one. I'm lifting up my little bow. These are extra tall bars because we have that huge textured top. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the little wispy swirls in the bottom. Turned out just too cute. Do this whole loaf. and then we'll come in for a flyby. So it's just getting underneath those tails because we don't want to disturb our tails. And there we go. They're so pretty. So pretty. And I will get these for pre-order on our Etsy shop. And these will probably be either in February or March's subscription boxes as well. I haven't decided yet. But they're just beautiful. Very springtime-ish. So I'll probably get them in March's subscription box. So if you're not one of our subscription box members, you might want to head over to Etsy and pick up your subscription. I feel a sneeze coming. Oh, excuse me, guys. Don't worry, turn my head away. Oh, I've been battling some kind of a weird winter either cold or allergy. My nose itches, more like an allergy. I don't know. But I had the aches like a cold. Isn't that beautiful? Just love it. That one over here. I can tell I do still have a bit of that ghost swirl thing going on in the soap. We'll show you here when we do our flyby. Not quite as much as with the other loaf. Too pretty. Just beautiful. Oh, look at the swirl. Isn't that pretty? It's so dainty and delicate. And this is our last cut. Right there. Whoop. There's our end. So pretty. Let's move this out of the way. And we'll do our little flyby like we always do. These turned out to be just adorable. Wipe my hands off before I grab the phone here. You see the occasional little bubble. I guess I should have banged it a little bit harder, but that's okay. Anyway, I do love the swirls. Aren't they pretty? Look at the swirls. And it smells just divine. The lilac fragrance. It's one of my favorites. I grew up in Spokane, Washington, and the nickname for that town is the Lilac City. And they have a lilac parade every year. And then they have this park called Manitou Park. It has lilac gardens. Just beautiful, beautiful town if you ever get to go visit. But anyway, that's our soap for today. Our Lilac Dreams. And I appreciate you all tuning in and watching. If you'd like to see more and haven't hit subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. And ring that bell and you'll be notified whenever a new video pops out. And you can follow us over on Facebook at Dirty Booty Soaps. And check out my Etsy shop, where you'll be able to pick up one of these beauties on pre-order soon. And pre-order means they'll ship in about 4 weeks. But you're reserving your bars. So, this would go perfect with some of our lilac body whip that I just made as well. And the body whip is only a seasonal thing. I'm not going to ship it. Like I said, once it gets warmer, I don't ship them. So grab yours now and enjoy it while you can. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all on the next video. Bye for now.